Welcome to Street Fighter V Trials Volume 2. In this video, we're going to do all 10 of Zangief's trials. If there's a trial that could use some tips, I'll give my best explanations and cut to the combo. Alright, the first tip I'm going to give you with Zangief is that when you do his lariat, all three punch buttons, you can actually move forward and backward. So sometimes if you do this combo and it doesn't connect, all you got to do is just hold forward when you activate it, and that should bridge the gap between Zangief and Ryu so you can connect the combo. Alright, so normally when you go to do Zangief's pile driver, they say to do a full 360, but the thing is you actually don't have to. It's more like a 270. So in this case, when you're walking forward, you can do a half circle back, but then you're doing up back. So if you look at the joystick, I'm going to be doing this. So you don't have to go all the way around. Even though you can do it if you're fast enough, you actually don't need to get that full circle. You can just go forward and to the back. Just like that. So practice doing that, you'll be able to get pile drivers down in no time. Alright, so for number 6, this is really about understanding how the V trigger works with Zangief. So he has his V trigger, and what that does is it sends him into a cyclone spin. And as long as you have V trigger left, you can activate more of it. Even right there, I still have a little bit more. You can use it all in one shot, or you can use it in bits and pieces, and it's just up to you how you want to use it. But for this combo, they want you to activate it, do the links, and then do it again. Wait till it's done. Then you just gotta wait a little bit and hit forward heavy punch to do a headbutt and knock him down. So the combo is pretty easy. It's the V trigger that's a little confusing at first. Alright, number 7 is actually pretty tricky. So I find that if you're trying to do the forward or medium kick and you're really close to him, I almost never land the standing light kick. So what I think you actually have to do is have a little bit more distance and try to get him from the outside a little bit. There's like a sweet spot that you have to hit. It's really hard. I haven't really figured out a way to be very consistent, other than I know that the farther away that you are, the more likely I'm able to hit it, just kind of like right there. I don't know if it's maybe something that has to be done late on the recovery of the medium kick or what, but you want to try to get that sweet spot and be ready. And of course, every time you hit the punch button or every time you hit the light kick, make sure you're spamming your lariat and holding forward. You don't always have to hold forward to catch it, but I kind of do out of habit just to make sure that it lands. Alright, number 8. Now, if you already did Volume 1, we already had a situation similar to this. So you have to do an air command grab, an EX version pile driver. So before, how I was saying you can go forward, half circle back, then up, or up back. Well, in this case, you kind of want to do the opposite. But instead of hitting it early, you want to hesitate and wait until he's just about leaving the ground. So you can just do this a few times to get a feel for it. It's not terribly difficult. It's the same motion, except you're just hesitating the EX button until you're just in the air. Then that's how you're gonna get him. So with this, the first part's pretty easy. You're just doing a counter, heavy punch. Matter of fact, you're gonna need to charge up. It's a little bit better. Then you can do the heavy kick. From there, you're gonna do V trigger and hold it like this. Let him fly in the air. And then do that move as soon as you feel like that it's released from the V trigger, and that you can actually accomplish that. You're gonna have to play with the timing a little bit, but once it's done, you just go up and snag them, and it's not too bad. You just gotta get used to doing this. Like, I can do this almost 100% of the time. It's really easy to do. Get practicing on that, then you'll be able to do this one in no time. All right, on to number 9. This one's a little bit more technical. It's not that hard, but you gotta understand how everything is working. So just like the earlier trial that we did, we're gonna activate V trigger, and we're gonna do the same combo like this. But what we're gonna do, instead of holding the V trigger after you hit the light punch, we're just gonna press it once. You'll notice it kind of brings in Ryu a little bit. He's actually gonna be stunned. When you hit that V trigger, now what you need to do is do the super. Now in order to do the super with the least amount of inputs as possible, so when you're holding forward, just after you hit V trigger to bring him in, you're gonna do a full circle forward, then half circle back. So whatever that is in degrees, that's what you gotta do. 360 plus a 180 back. Or back, 360, 180 forward. It doesn't really matter what the direction is. You're gonna have plenty of time to do it because you're gonna be recovering from this. Well, not from that particular move, so. All right, I wanna be able to make sure I can show you a good example of how that works. So I'm just gonna do that part on its own so you can see from light punch, I'm gonna do the re-trigger. It's gonna suck them in, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the inputs clean. Alright, so you know I got that connection because it's actually a 3-hit super, and I got 4 hits. So you can actually still do this because Ryu's just going to be standing there. Technically, it will still look like it's working, but if you didn't do the super fast enough, it's gonna he's gonna recover, and it's just gonna break the combo. So just keep that in mind. And that's pretty much all there is to that. Alright, we made it to number 10. Hopefully you are enjoying this video up to this point. If you are, please leave me a comment, give me a like. Seems like the only comments I get anymore are spam, so give me the good stuff and I will keep these combo challenges going. Alright, so number 10, you might be wondering, how in the world can you combo Zangief Super 2 circles punch with a crouching medium punch? But believe it or not, you can actually do that in this game. Now the trick is getting that motion in before he recovers. So the idea is very similar to what I showed you before, except you're going to be starting from crouching down forward, and you're going to do a full circle back to down forward and half circle back, which will bring you to up back. So that's the motion, like this. You can practice that on its own too, just get next to him. That actually, I don't think that comboed. You'll know, like right there, he's recovering. It will cancel right off that medium punch. Two, three, 4. And then you'll know because you're gonna count the hits afterwards. So it's gonna take you a little while to get used to that, but that's the motions that you wanna do. It's not really anything that difficult, but it just depends on how awkward it is for you to actually do those full motions. Now, if you're using a D-pad, I don't know if that's going to make it easier or harder, but with a fight stick, at least you know what directions you're moving, so that could help you out in this instance. Alright, that's going to do it for Zangief's 10 trials. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.